Okay, today we're going to be discussing something that's, you know, I think it bothers a lot of people and it keeps people stuck, and that's closure. And especially when you don't get it from the narcissist, right? And if you're here, you already know what narcissistic abuse looks like. You studied the traits, the cycles, the gaslighting, all those things. And you've probably watched over a dozen videos telling you to go no contact, set boundaries, and heal and all that stuff. But today we're going to skip all of that. All right. Because the real battle, which is closure, is what we're going to focus on. All right. And we're going to, we're looking at things like you want to understand what happened. You want to feel seen. You want that one last apology. And I'm here to tell you, it might sound harsh, but you're never going to get it. We're going to go into why. Right? And so, why narcissists can't and won't give you closure. Closure requires accountability. Narcissists don't deal in accountability. They deal in illusion, control, and ego protection for themselves. If they gave you closure, that would require them to admit that they were wrong. Think about that. If they actually gave you closure, that would require for them to admit their wrongdoings. And that would mean surrendering control of the narrative, right? The narrative that they have. They would rather vanish and blame you or play the victim, because in their mind, you were the problem. Closure to them is you staying broken and confused, still orbiting around their ego, still wondering what happened. That's closure for them. To take away that from themselves and to admit fault, you're not gonna be wondering anymore. You're not gonna be confused anymore. That puts the burden on them. If we look at the real reason why you're stuck, right? Let's just keep it raw. You're not stuck because they're powerful. You're stuck because you're waiting for an ending that feels fair to you. Yeah, that's what it is. You're stuck because you're waiting for an ending that feels fair to you. You gave your heart, you gave your time, your loyalty, you kept trying to fix it, and they just walked away like it meant nothing. What's really hurting you is the injustice. It's the fact that someone could be so fake, so cruel, and never look back. Out of everything you did for them, all of the sacrifices, all of the compromising, all these things, this individual walks away like that was nothing. Stuff that you probably wouldn't even do on an average for most people. But they managed to pull it out of you. And what's really hurting you is the injustice. And that kind of betrayal breaks the rules of how we think humans should operate. That's really another part of it. It's the psychological toying with your mind of breaking that rule, like I said, of how we think humans should operate with one another. But narcissists don't play by those rules. And the longer you wait for them to suddenly do the right thing, the longer you stay in the prison they built for you, the more it's gonna eat at you. And so when we shift into how to get closure without them, closure isn't a conversation. It's not a text. It's not a dramatic apology with tears and a hug. Closure is a decision. It's the moment you say, I see who you are clearly. I see you now. And that's enough. I know what you are and I know what you're about now. You don't need their version of the story anymore. You don't need validation from someone who was never capable of giving it. You validate yourself by standing in your truth and refusing to rewrite history and the events that you went through with this individual to make it more comfortable. You have to tell yourself the truth, even when it hurts. Yes, they manipulated you. Yes, they used you. Yes, you stayed too long. But you have to tell yourself, I see now. I see it. And I'm walking forward with my eyes wide open from this moment. That's your closure. And that's the shift that changes everything. You don't heal by waiting for the narcissist to finish the story. You heal by finishing it yourself. You stop needing them to understand you. You stop needing to win. That's another big one for a lot of you. You're stuck in this mode of wanting to win. Because real power isn't proving anything to them. It's realizing that you're free and that you can never, and that they at least can never reach that the version of you that comes out on the other side of all of this. The version of you that, how can I put this? The new version of you that's learned, right? Like a lot of you think like, dang, they just forgot about me. They're not even thinking about me no more. Well, the narcissist knows a lot about you more than you know yourself in certain instances. And they know when you've wakened up to a certain point, you become dangerous. That new version of you is now dangerous to the narcissist. It's dangerous to every manipulator, every fake friend, every emotional vampire. The new version of you that comes out of this becomes dangerous to all of those types of individuals. Because now you'll see it coming. And you'll never fall for it again. And you'll tighten up your boundaries in the way you interact with people in general. You'll be more direct and empowering. All right? And I'm going to say this like clearly as I can. If you're still hurting because you never got closure, that's normal. But don't let that pain keep you connected to someone who was only pretending to care. Don't give your healing to the hand or the hands that hurt you. Take it back. Own your story. And walk out of that chapter like a survivor and not a victim. Because that's what they want you to be. They want you to be a victim. They want you to feel like, man, they really crushed me. Because that's good for them. That's a good feeling to the narcissist to know that they broke someone down to that point to where they can't move on from them. Oh, that's a high to the narcissist. Right? So when you stand up and you like, man, I don't even care no more. I don't need no closure. I know what it was. I know what it is. And that's what it was. And you can walk away from it and start getting on with your life. Not looking for payback, not looking for fairness, not looking for them to validate how good you were to them, any of that. And when you can get to that point, that's closure. And it's all yours. Anyway, thank you for listening. If you got anything out of this, consider to like, share, subscribe. Any consultation requests, just click the link in the description box. My email is there. Shoot me an email and I'll get you information on how to go about doing that. All right. Till next time, have a good one, everyone.